Chitariki ni 15 mo tienyino yo gatano na kabiro mwaka no yugo chibire 25 mo mancho mo ligerinde no kwegena mbiyora ndonsi asole na gukwaniri emambe yega gukwarigani haso murobero w'abasaye n'uburai anena se togendete kumurekera amangana ringete habasaye hanana sokwerwanira asokwene kibona nkonyora bare ribaga asoburai nabo igo ase chi sector chinde anena se ritkulia rero abageni baitu banyari bagwikirana gigase chi studio hanena se turachukwanira amangana harengete abasaye nabaigo hobo karirwa bo hasokwene kibona kwirwanira bire asenge nchiye biro ngende yema ase yema sebale batwere barabumba rabi neganga yabo niririye karibu sana
mbia muno muraria sabantu baito bonspi gusi na bari bonsi bato watch kurisko ya gusi gamba ko ani wa kirebia ngaki wakia mukiri kuro abese muri samari tankuro ku Mike Mumanyi detali abo songa bakono ku mwigo baba getutu igo nchino nkuru wa kitu chache south kitu central ward na naikira tikatokwane na tusemani bia wana.
Okay.
Thank you, Cyrus. Na nje ngokwana ngoro kwa Minda Trevor. Nje nomora iwa basai kuruse constituency ya Nyamira chache. It's a pleasure to be on your show this morning.
Okay, thank you, Morari Cyrus. Asamaria tankoro ku Cornelia Sukwach. Again, the Assistant General Manager, Independent Kenya Women's Awards. The CEO, Rising Stars Association Kenya. Na boy got the Chairperson, Jamhuri Africa Campus and TVETs Awards. Biamona siku twarika yitu kuri rero tunyari gusanga yoro ya decision making na how njira basaye bawe chikoko ku participate as siasa cyabano na mina zokorika su mwaka 2027 na kitwe bangete mina basaye.
Okay, asante. Yes, momanyi nchaka mo.
Yes.
Yiki kyabairire weso kyasugo anena suburai.
Okay, before na utoka tebanga in the past years basaye embaraso kamono compared to this time. And something that really influenced a lot of youths was Okagocheso Warayovo. It was one thing we give interest to the guys bali miaka yawe achirake nande tokanyoranga they are not really delivering as per mna intaba saito taiti one gatobetere ringa if what we need cannot be done with the guys then we can do it na kitu asokeire with my fellow youths to tell this is the time for us, this is the time we should make the real change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Trevor.
So one of the reasons why I have a lot of interest in youth leadership under the sphere of politics is just to derive the sense of Abraham Lincoln, who said that the biggest punishment given to the people and the citizens of a particular country who does not participate in the politics and governance affairs of their country is to give a chance to be ruled by fools. So as a believer of competence and the rule of law, I don't want to be ruled by fools. That's why I always involve myself in this political affairs and governance issues of our country and even of our constituencies and our county as a whole. Because a society that thrives on empowering and improving the general life of the youths is a society that invests for its future leaders. So that's why ngoe soki kukwatana na mangana ya siasa noborai asisense ya Kenya.
Ngochanda bwase ko barudi na fools hotwerera mbarabya baza. Yes.
All right. Number one, I believe like as a youth we are the change. Na ikira at the point the future we are fighting for is our future, not the future of our parents. That's how we are currently in our country. 70% of the voters are the youth currently in the society we have. And if I'm not going to be involved in the political decision-making table, I should be the menu as a youth. I should be involved. Lazima, in the political scene, I've considered because you can see youths we are most always considered as statistics. We cannot be involved as a mangana yoborai and then involved with us making decisions. So I have that urge that it's our time for the youth to rise, we unite and reconcile our country.
Yesu manchumo gerere nyora hona noro yomo bo morobere yiga hasura nyar ko sange birengere byabo Kwethira si namba ya simu ya 0716 11 11 77 Getembe TV Facebook na boigo YouTube ibirangere bya umbiri bibiga ubatikana n'abasa ubagenda tegwe sokya nena sokwe ne kibuna nkoleta bara munchuri na boigo burayi abo kwirwanirira hasokwe ne kibuna nkonyora bareri baga liyo burayi yesimumanye ndukibuna no murayure ase kitu kyache south roche ibageri gari akomekire anena asokwe ne kibuna no kwirwanirira asoburayi ubuye
sama tukabuja. Yes, sir. In a way, isoburayi obona chakira bono koba a youth leader. First in the youth leader all the way from Nairobi. Ngosoma Kenyatta University. Koru Kenyatta University, I'm the comrades chair of Kitutu Church South. Koru Nairobi aligo chagusi. You go this platform yobora ige kale konga it nurtures me actually inani nurture singing chama tukali bosio. No, actually 2027 at the Nekroki MCA. Kure wodi anali Kitu Central. Lakini nende nkarra ninde Nairobi ali esa masomo nandi nkarranga these ewo chako inconvenience. Igo nkarranga tigana tiga ke bali barobono lakini 2032 ngo chane. Igo bono ese keruge ke na irukyo youth leader. Inkonyoranga it nurtures me nande konge platform enough na confidence yokora chiuts chan nandi go chimotwari nchikora abantu baminto Kitu Central na Kitu Church South.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trevor. Nene totarenda so horumurai baba orokiwa. What you won't be around koruliwa na ba fool. Singo yole fool.
A fool is a person who has been given
asoburai.
Asoburai. So for the basis of ethical consideration, you cannot mention a fool.
No.
You cannot just
name murai. Kirogo kirochike.
A fool, as by my view, is a person who has been entrusted by the mantle of leading people. Then he oversteps that mandate of leading people to ruling people. Somebody who fights for his own interest at the expense of the common mwananchi in his jurisdiction of leadership, that is a fool.
Igotea waraibara ange asoburai abandemba maitikira bakora.
Yeah. And you can have very practical examples if you just look around and you know them.
Okay. Yes, kolengana muna oburayi bwiga bwa borokiwa. Bwa komekiri guchikwirwanira anena soburayi bole bosio.
As Chebuna Trevor, I always believe in youth leadership and revolutions. For example, if you look in history in China 30 years ago, what made to be China what it is today is the youth revolutions, the student revolutions. They took to the streets to fight for the rights of the peasants under General Deng Dongxing. It is the one who organized these students to fight for the revolutions that made China to go about the colonial chains that they were bedeviling them by that moment. And when you go to South Africa, you get one student leader by the name Bantu Steve Biko. He was a medical student. He organized students to fight the apartheid regime that was instituted by Hendrik Verwoerd in 1944. That's why I draw my live examples. As a youth, I can organize for revolutions that are going to be for the betterment of the society. Because I believe a youth, once empowered, he can also empower a society so that a society can realize its full potential and actualize the life and the dreams of everyone. Be a society that works for everyone, regardless of your class, race, religion, and everything that you may having as a person. So that's why I believe in youth leadership, and that's why I always take part in it.
Okay. Okwachi.
Yes.
Mumurayura.
Yeah.
Roche asikro kino no musi yore wata. Rocho burayi bwiga bwa kubekira se anenora chikone kibuni myake gota. Rochiko bo murayumye.
Exactly. Number one, Karona, let me say, as the CEO Rising Stars Association, and I wanted the urge that when you see, as the political scene to what, let me start from universities. When you're a student, you're a student leader in the university level. The moment you are released to the practical world, I got turned to be a mere blogger. If I got nurtured, the youth anakuwa turned to a blogger. Nerbono magasi anogo blogger as a politician who cannot help that person. So I came up with this idea: what can I do so that we can bring along all and tag along all the youths, but run into leadership. And I thank God, as per now, my association has grown in 37 counties. As I comment many youths, and I have many youths that I bariba ingakiera ike togo cha sema sarito tekende as a leader gogo chotote intumina sa entoka ni tokore rugento yete. That is when you are going to give you if you need our votes. So bringing these people together is my urge, so that when we come to sitting in the decision making table, and talk to our views, and we be the commanding voice. That means because you don't have experience, you cannot lead us. Leadership is not about age. And as a youth, I can lead because I know the practical things that are affecting the youths in the society. Basically, in our country, Kenya, most of the youths are suffering because of unemployment. Most of the youths, they are suffering. We don't go to the streets because of tunataka criticize what the government is. It's because we are idle. Give that youth something to do. Tuone kama atakuwa na ile time ya kwenda kuprovoke the government. So that's why we need to come together as youths, tujijenge pamoja saa hii, in the future we be in the decision making table.
Okay. Maomanya. Arene ise kurigereri akwena kiji decision making. Mabere mugo tumeku n'abana siasa. Iki cyabereke gwacha gocha semuri. Kuna basa.
Okay. Iki cyabereke gwacha kenne sana. Se vijana. Why do I say this? It's because mostly kiregento kegokorekana ese leadership. Ibago turning who are the guys pauchigotokonya go implement yeteke nabasai kwanyoranga most of the times nebanga na maandamano vijana ba maitenga tokurangeria maandamano for our own benefit, lakini abantu bagasoga kuchukua ndamana rabi ne vijana hivi igone kyabire kego cheke nese vijana into esengencho we are the guys togosoka, we harm ourselves, we lose lives, but in the long run we are not gaining anything. Kwanyora abantu bakugain mbali bakarari gorari bali bato ebringa manamano nakara kintumne vijana nteko karaki toriko gain ego this stuff ya youth intimidation na youth using nere to affect intumne vijana. Yeah.
Okay, Trevor. Nkuru nyali bali chachoko.
Yeah.
Mabere moko muchigo tumeku n'abana siasa. Muno sana.
But that is under comparison.
Mabere moko mochiwa ande kinenge mutanyale kwibisa. Iki kyabireke gocha nene buna inua basaye banyali bali chache. We make a leave aka was a decision.
But allow me answer this way.
Yes.
You know, as a youth, for you not to be used by someone, number one, you must realize your own value. Realizing your own value, that if you want to be on a decision-making table, look for a chance where your views are being heard. For example, in our national infrastructure, we have what we call the National Youth Council. So if you align yourself to the National Youth Council, they can pick you. They can pick you so that you can aid in deriving and promoting the decision-making processes of the government. So that once you have realized yourself, nobody is going to come to you with even 200 shillings so that you are being used as a scapegoat to go and cause violence for the benefit of a certain individual in some space. So in you saying that youths in my constituency have been used, me as a person, I go to make you in any way because I know my value. And I cannot trade my value so that I can use it to cause violence. And in Yaribadi Church, we don't have you goons. That is one of the most important. That is one of
Trevor. Kwarengo kwa na chiguna ndosi. Ayo mwenye kwe
but you have said that. But you have said that you have been used by Abana Siasa. How can you be used
to cause violence?
Bana, you had your time.
Trevor.
Violent.
Nkyo tebra chiguna tinda kwa
But
ndosi.
you said that.
Nateba gutumiko. ikono na mwenye numete na chikundi nchiro.
No, gotumekwa means what? In your literal understanding, what is the meaning of gotumekwa?
Kwa be proga gotumeku tali na lazima obe
But
gune.
your question was very
Lakini bona
compound.
mwenye
It was
watena
not
na ki
that open so
muraba
that I can
gotumeku
respond
bone
that
gune.
way. Yeah?
Okay, ayo mwenye wiyeka
Nyaliba Church is not a Gunism constituency. That is a constituency that we respect and uphold the rule of law. Yeah.
Tinakuwa na gunandos. Lakini mwenye ne wakwane. Yes. Okwachi.
Yes.
Oroche gutumikwa gose anene gutumikwa na bana siasa. Igeri abali libaga yoko make decision change.
Exactly, yeah. I can agree with that kwa sababu number one, in everything kenda yonske happen in the current political arena we are in.
Yes.
It will be associated with the youth. Now, the people, what I said at first, we as youth, the issue of unemployment, the issue of being but the papers they are not adding any value to them. Nakia kwa toko tumeka minaba sae. Monda kwa ago the ngore to get and when umemsaidia ile daraja iliate to tambuka wendo kwewa. So it is killing the youth. That's why I want to tell the youth, the time is now. Even though we our leadership will be tomorrow, the thing and tunabara mambi, ubra yobua mambi astay to boroje. Ubra iboito mboniga ninto kwerwanira boniga. Nende to goita batutu mekuna bana siasa. Why can't I use myself to do something constructive that is going to engage as in a political in a good way? Let me say in abasa ngwika abasa bana siasa bange ngotumeka barabasa as a causing violence. For instance, in Kwarora, the other day in Kisumu, what happened when the Linda Mwananchi Brigade was there? Nabasa barenga there abasa mbali baitetu ali babere. Karoba sirete montuteyo olio batumete gari ogo chiko protect ya digo tanga na go tumete ngokwera ne lindo bogima. There is nothing like that. One tumena asa twangere to tumeku and this is going to hinder you. And let me tell you this, even don't be mina viria basa to chitu akora tukagerete nga etwakora twakorere kurugari, but this thing is going to haunt you for the next lives. If it will not haunt you ngochire kuwera your generation. So let us embrace respect and twara your own standards. Nto chigwita ba kunya gutumeka na abantu na siasa ase bintu bitachi gotokonya. Yeah.
Okay, yamano. Yes, mumanyi. Anene twarorire abagaka. Babiri bako babekera gose tena Francis muameki babekera chigutu. Kuna inova abasahe. Rocha abagaka baiga sichinga kichiga. Ibagalia bondiroro.
Okonganchira nchake in this way. I want to speak this. Terra kananga in a way disrespectful to our wazees.
Yes.
Lakini ntetenye bekeiga. Abagaka baita bange na buba bire bago tutebinga abasaye. Karaira ngore ngakino ngochere. Ngakino ngochere. Ngakino kego chango chatore to chokoba chigutu achiri na ino to ba enga nyoka guchimuturi otorai. Onda kini ngakie kwanyora ngabagaka baita bange there some obakwiyimereria bade tuko twakirokeri. Ono these has pushed us so hard to chirekero kelina into abijane aweke, because you find that these guys kwanyoranga into we have decided that we want to go this way. Ikwanyora bagaka baito baikaransi gwa sigiteiga batebige kibatebigo nande bacha batenga kia bagaka nino muraenda mukwanira abo murabari bairangora yenda bakwanire barairangora kwanza turanyore ngento de konyora iga bagaka baito ntobanjete mono, lakini rende ngakitware gwanche ngakie na into moto tebinga nandi karati gake tiga. If this is the way to decide that this is the right way, let's go that way. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, Trevor. Birangere biao.
As per me, as Trevor, I always believe that leadership is not given. It's for you to fight for your fair chance. For example, if we look for the case of Burkina Faso, they have a youthful president. Traore did not sit at home to wait for an endorsement of a certain mzee who does not even understand the concept of leadership. If you look at, for example, the case of Senegal, they have a youthful president. What am I trying to say? For you to be realized in a society that tends to favor men, yani the wazee, you have to fight for your own space so that you create value within yourself. When you have created value within yourself, you are easily identified so that these mses can come say, Musa Oyombo yakwe Rwanera, let us endorse him and give him a larger platform so that he can actualize his leadership skills. Lakini mbona ayosha lansisa somewhere, Minoma Alikio Makondo, you are waiting an endorsement for someone. Nobody is going to come there and endorse you when you have not up to your game to the platform of leadership so that you be mentored that way. So my respective submission is that, fellow youths, if you want to fight for your space in the political space, decision making, and any general view of the society, state up and fight for your space. That's what I can say.
Coach.
Yes.
Chiro chapa kaka chinga kichao cheli.
Okay, as by me, I think our views differ between our kaka and the youths currently. Again, don't carry, as I started before, leadership is not all about age. Kaka na abayana abaiboli baito ntopaka neti. Currently kitota itekoro asaba abaiboli abaga baito either no bosemia. Tari ngomwe boyate ikoratika ngakia okatira ikaka kora ile miaka kora take miaka getera era umayo chigo utena gose kuboli kero gete. Boni ngane ngakia ito sorry, to be fair abantu tokumia boni guys the youth. Most of abagaka abaga tonya ote abagaka, others are waiting just for death. One on tumina basa ni nto gotigara gali and our kids abana baito na ba to the good one abana baito to in future but go to the good life to kaniti. So we still need them. This was it, but in decision making we should also our views as youth we can be wekane. I love for my fellow youth and to tokani tokore nekiga aroto gonya we kanasa nyomba obura ibojo okoli nyomba. Power is not given, it's grabbed. Let's go for these seats. Yande Rwanera ali eteme go wetema by the way never to tade kwa bol no MCA gali kwa temire to ireti. As long as you had that power no muntu oli ochikoiranga kiende oseme bugavana ba chikoirunga mu ranaro renga ali oli otemeta mino mosai ko boli MCA tigangora mura mwana ane kiro kya nominated mura rere na kya kwa and that's how you get represented.
Okay. Eso manchomo ligerelia genda kusanga ibirengereli byako gwitira sinamba yesimu ya 0716111177 Getembe TV Facebook na baigo YouTube gaiga Facebook arakwatewona nere Nelson Chanda Chema watena hai Getembe greeting to Trevor Romura yone Kisii Masongo tuko ndani yakoroku hefundi yesimi iko ndani korwabo mokora misi 6 yakoroku nere anjurare say hi to my ever brilliant boy driver Mama Purity Hegesi check morning from Bugirange Kona watching live kendera go sange birangere bya umoncho mu ligerelia Facebook na boygo YouTube Getembe TV namba yesimu ya 0716111177 Mama.
Yes.
Nkimungu tumekuna chibuni.
Kima Deus nchafanya ndoko chako. Kujibu li swali hilo. Lakini rende tiganja chake. Watu wapati andi chake. Gotume kumnie goal, mne vijana. It's a role. It's a responsibility mnayo muntu wanja. Ikitalinga negento nde wensi yago wanja. Nande in this century it's very unfortunate ekero kanyoro mu muromo singini bamurato bwate chingoro to bwata akili turakarege ngao to kwancha gutumika mnikuni rende tinkabangango tatyande constituency yande lakini rende into siasa to kwa kanengia lakini nanye igure iskati ndete kota yaka inanye igure lakini nanye igure ubuguni obomboro lakini rende as to my youths is my humble appeal that inke totanchera yakile tobwate chinguro chitobwate tokorregente kengao ntosome tento bwata masakara. Gunism can never be and will never be a solution. Yeah, binte twasomere all the way from natwarenga bana bakabona twaikirega tochigwanja gutumika mna chiguni. Igo there's another job torakore zatiga yobo gunyo nakina tetera inje kindo mwigo wabagetu nateba kuru sinkoru kinda yego binde byokuruka no bogun
kaibir kwaro
na bigure kuruskari nde nyo utaja marieta lakini renda ibagwikira ngo kwana bari imbaro bakuruona bagoteba
okay
nje bono nje ngo kwana from the perspective ya kitu cha South.
Okay.
Yeah.
True. Ngimungu tumukeni unachikuna.
As I always nachaga kukwana ririta ngani nateba ngati anybody ogwanja kutume kabune gun no muntu utari somebody who has not realized his own value as a person, so you are desperate for anything, and that happens in other constituencies that are not developed. A perfect example of the three guys that are sitting here, they will tell the story because they have experienced it in their constituencies. So no,
but I'm
always I'm from the great Nyaribari Chache constituency.
Okay, igo guni nchiyo.
Nyaribari Chache guni nchiyo n'abantu bandi bagocha kusaliyo muremburi tobwate Nyaribari Chache utosaririe erieta rya Nyaribari because bagocha barura amagendera ari akorire kanire Nyaribari Chache batwara that excitement bakabayimukie mete n'amakombe imete y'amakombe n'amagina bachaka kuruta amagina ebintu biri byakorire Nyaribari Chache kobisari just because of excitement. Njege ntona abatebi tikabache Nyaribari Chache for benchmarking purposes only, but for your ebintu binde begocha cause violence that you will met by the full force of the law.
Okay, coach.
Yes.
Ngimungu tumukeni unachikuna.
Okay. For Gunism, even though Karaba say about me kamono, the leaderships we have, they don't care about the youths. Ever they can ensure the generation of the youths here. Let me tell my brother Trevor Gaiga, comparing my constituency and his own constituency. It's nice by they doing the comparison. Lakini so that they ikibani into get on the public domain. Chiguni chigo igata de ngati yawa makombe ne meteba gajigo ba cause violence baru sitiko senarari na kyo muntu na agwa obanda chiko gochaka sino murigereri gomodi oma danga ngomuntu yunga rweta sikete inga kingo chako chaka sinta manyeti if the guy danga ngaguni se bare our constituency in my constituency by the way there is no day twanya ko yunga ukeba gombororo rabasa ndo tumegete vudo jo bare gwene lakini wano ligereri abasa abanya ribali chache ko sembanya utumeka so baro gunizi naba kuruta okay ba da ibintu bya kurutu bagwaka ibintu bya birosiri gari amagendera abo amagena chikali chiri yako mnyoka para gari bali ko tamagena anara amagendera ba kurwanira ga let's just talk what is facts. Todige go praise things ibintu biri to koranga, it's not good. Igende kebe no mugusi adaba na igende kebe to gonya goto igende kebe so bado nge kubwatike gusumbu ye on digato de yo muroyo Trevor just say the fact aje itaba inumina adwanya bali ya basabanya bali chaje moko sete na musaba mabira so wali abantu bali ba nona bangina bali bakyumbu ali mbachandikete so bali muroje what you cost negendo bakoze ti ari the youth aba muro bali babwatu bakairuko tinga baruse barwete nabantu banyari bali muntu tayolenga ndetanda etero muntu kwe constituency ano lenge gali obwate tuno noyo bado deiga oyo mapinduzi oyo kwete nyagosira may his soul rest in peace. He was not a good akwa narusha mawe. So let us go talking because we want to satisfy the needs of our leaders. Let's talk facts as youth and not ya basayeke and to go to make a mina chibuns. Eso li eguni boni ga ngo ikerere ogo ikerwa mine eguni wadumirwa ali kwa sana ka 200 kya ka 500 wa kugali okwero and that will be a paid to your parent. Yeah.
Okay. Man, njuko ngene. Ne bunge yako tebwati kolengana mune birangereri bya.
Omaete tiganchakera. Na temire ku limit sana. Na mangana ya nkunya ko te constituency yane, lakini tigatonya beke nyakera eto beke kerali anga.
Yes.
Nche Cornelius oyotime tosina rengo lina mwanenche kera chitegusi tiganchakera ntwa rengo. Twarenga na the full team ya linda mwananchi. Ntwarwete constituency ya nature kirete sito chakirete mosojo. The constituency ya nature kirete igari the Monaco hotel. tukachangira abang'ina baito biya abang'ina baito bakagoka tukakora biya rende tukasaba busonga nore nyabi bari echagirete busonga ekatoika busonga na ndokorete gathering engiya sana abagusiba mindana ndigamba kirembi yamane senje mwasogete so bonge tukakore gathering eri biya sana bono rende kaito koru twakorire koru busonga no torinte gari ya mona kulneria sana twambwire rende katone na intorkora abantu bari baminto banyari bari no bari guchi no abande babo bari guchi muino tigatora barra tande guchi keroka
Yes.
tata doma gwe kanyari bari kabisa iga abantu no be bisite koru echiro koru gorari ngakinki kerekera ari police station
Police station.
no bari koru ari doma ko chindu chebori chikoru togwa kugoja bono nandi ngocha na kuminge gente kawa tebanga amagenderero on amagena kwani squeeze na abamagendero ekero tokoru kabisa amagena iga togocha gwatiru chigari aina emete amakombe kabisa igorire ribaga barende bakobekera abangina amakombe baende mugondo bachikorema nanere gutoita aina ramagendero ikoga bono iyo tukonde nginkitu chache sauti akyo morari eyere nyaribari Keumbu will say it openly that Keumbu is in Nyaribari church. Time tu sana kwenda niliri swali kwa mboni.
Oyura. Ngirengere bya.
Cyrus,
Yes.
as per this interview,
Yes.
we must find restraint to ourselves so that we don't find ourselves in a position discussing matters that are already in a litigation process.
Okay.
But you started it. No, you started it. The thing is, let's just be logical.
You know, this is
You are
an example.
he's the one who started saying,
This is an
Okay.
example.
Cyrus.
Yes, it
You're
was
the one who
good.
started saying,
Yes, yes.
I and Mike, no tunatoka place good is imwiko. And we wanted to clarify what is this.
Bana, you
Now
are
telling us to
extend
restrain.
me courtesy to
Let
express
me
my
just
point
let
inside.
him just say facts.
You know, this is an example of Agun. Agun is
No,
is a
just don't
person
call me
who
Agun.
cannot have a diverse opinion. This is what I was saying.
Yes.
What happened in Keumbu is quite unfortunate and it should be condemned. And when you come to a place to air your political views, just come there, do what you came to do there, but do not injure the feelings of the people that you met on that set. There's no way you can come to a place where they have a different opinion, then you want to force your another opinion into those people. You will encounter range. That's what all of us must believe in, that we should always believe that if somebody does not share the same opinion as do you, don't force him to buy your opinion. So that is the perfect response that I can give.
Okay. Asante. Yes, mumanyi.
Yes.
Tuisikuligiriri habara embara abasayi bacholire. Abanko babale exambekia uchikwendekio na gusiga igobura iwabasayi no buyabura.
Ntare ne rero ngo nganchiro ngira nasi nini moino. Tiana ira na moino. Enaigu anyana iguri swali atumege songe kenge lakini era neke gusitwale gukwana. Sekerie sini naigu ka otebanga. Let's not injure the feelings of those two achiro go kora interview nere. Umaite bone kero tu ekera gote amanga injuring ero manyene ero wente otete go force egento kere diverse ochize tole. Ne otete go force the reality nga vinto biri mbya kore katanya diwali. Igo ikina kigento ntete kora irane na kina irane ra maiga na motevi. Igento gya kavere kwa godri swali na ndeli swali rigia sana.
Yes.
Youthful leaders. I can say that Talibans yeseki. Abande basoetari bakorite skuru bagasobora ibori bagakeruchikura lakini rende abarayi baitaba abarayi abatwa bachore twari konyana rende umaita vijana nende kuri gitore kende tokabeka mono konyana rende torarosi bintebi nabera ikeya igetari rende bakararakai na ikere ire bintebi tigatorari gebere bitatu na intoranyora kende tomakwira na bakara abantu baminte gas nande that's allowed lakini bona rende genteke beba irete obwembe buri egento keba bante kona chagesini ni bakana cheke habumbali bandi lakini na aba mande bakorete gas. I can give a practical example. Someone like Selasia from Kakamega County omojumbe oyo nganchi tena nesigete sana no abantu bacha batayanga no okotumia bintu geteiga genuinely ngo karari gas let's say in his position or manage cross mpaka KMTC is a good example of a youth Vegas. You go, these can give the people that vijana Vegas, if you entrust the job to these youths, Vegas bara ukare no naito wanjirana. Vegas ya ora ukare no emyaka eri kodutwa chagite the new constitution mpaka bono. Vegas vijana bara ukare can be compared just by 5 years kubwe emyaka yonse abaga kababiri bagochoro. Yebona.
Okay, asante sana. Trevor, birengeri bya kurengana baraya babara obisibone. Kwa babare umufano mbuya nekibono bora ibole busi bwa basai no buya bora.
Some of them, they are good, and they believe in the ideas of having youth in their spaces of.
Yes. Trevor, asobuya bomwa noli baboli karan stake nyoremi. Inyale gukwa neke gusi sini.
I may not be very clear. I cannot express myself very well. Abange babo ba mineti sogora yo wabasai. For example, Oyorure, an example of another member of parliament in another constituency era arena solve. Bakere buwe ko otemire kwa meaning aki umujumbo yo itotobwate no mosae batitara akora magendero yagero o shift to muni assist korigipika isalasia oyole over even 30 kilometers from there when he has a beautiful member of parliament in his constituency eginge komoro constituency they don't value basai ono ochegocha as a constituency aito but then we have one of the youthful like-minded open-minded super MP, Honorable Zahir Janda. He has done tremendously well. Na kia baba achirete umbugari bakanyora korosira 50 kilometers of tarmac. Ego chakira Kirumbu yenda Nyaturubo even Nyaturubo yachikwenda ibeno. Ono bakarore excitement mbanya korora ramo maete so. Na rieri bachite bakatwara that excitement of even trying to okay. So leaders like Mheshimiwa Janda, they believe in youthful leadership, and they always strive to make policies that favor the youth.
Okay. Yesu kwa chitera kwa nomo jumba bonki wasika.
The guy Kiagara Naseka is this guy is not spreading. That was spread the good views of the youth. Is here just praising his MP or the MP nga MP ane inte kwa ne kieke na kia kwa te ngama gendari tu aroja achipara abuta tata pari eteriko ya ko konyire umusa na ro taraka ni rwe otabu atie basari asegete give me my time. I gave you your time. So when you stop spreading the gospel of ototenga janda ga kwa te ente kiamana ko bwa mpikete ingia koro kina kwa te ente kiamana yo roche gali magendra yu watote mubwate gali sei norogoro ndoje tiko ya chegioro abantu para by the keumbuitsa na highway ine pale rosiri kurukuru gaiga yagenda mpaka era abantu Nairobi. Why should you engage in a thing that is not going to help us? Tote yegento kelina kigento kejo konya basae te ya basae abaiga tigaturu anelo bora yin timina basae to so agali musae geta chonyo le basari asegete musae geta chonyo le gas tari tote yinga muntu geta na gajete pa it's not going to help the youth anyway.
Ismama nata no mo jumbo no mo sai nene tara muramu igena no bora iwa
litanga ndigancha keiga we ntoche tia go praise on the ones go criticize on the ones. I want to put this clear. Igemi ntemo tenga yonde naro rositi para ko wasegete go chia segete go bakarari ntoche time na basae go ruanira into abanyene. What's our future we as youths? Bigonto chetia nto mai tenga na baro bandi baratoka lakini obo sibakori bama etokorwa korangeri bari go chia segete bate kwa na bia kalikende lakini ntoche tia go praise go criticize the ones. Itocheta with matters the youth.
Okay.
Nanda bangina bari bare kali ibatete ko yungaki ntumne vijana batosomire gochimotua ngaki tutaete inde ngaki togokora inde gochimotua tonyore ngaki twaetire twatambukire daraja.
Okay.
Yeah, tigangina ni ri swali ryao kwambori nga ntubwate MMP ore kijana nga ngotinda mu interest na burayi buri abwate Ntentete ko tebinga tiaya tindate baigo. We have an MP ni mosigete ni mwanchete because nero mwako mafuta bomonguru. You go ina give an example ya PK Selassie esengencho despite him being that far a achievable goal area kolire building a KMTC is not 1+1. Yeah, I wonder bakora magendro yes but mbara akora mnari akolire igonari go chago tebanga ngutumia example ye omwempione ekorera kananga nche my mind is just ventured around kitu chache South York and we as youth to mna kiri aito igego giteke ensengi kama kina tumire example ya korumata ali ntatumie example ya Crusader lakini for our players kitu chache South we are satisfied ntorarira nonde bona insensi nyine ngakinkingo chegerigu ngankeju obo ni aito constituency aito quarantine ikwani
tutari bositoko
yeah.
Okay, yesu manchomo ligereria gende gusange birangeri byao wetira Getembe TV Facebook na boigo YouTube nene asora bwatoke birangeri byabo ubatikana na basaye habo tugende tukwana barabo amangana rigete ubusai na boigo kwene kibuna kwirwana bere so kwene kyobura yebwa harentira munchiria haigaime yensi ya Kenya tonyoro moti mokomoke tukwirana tugende no muruberio hasenchirere ndoke.
Eduka ya Uhuru Superstores yo gutoke mu cyo Busongo nkonye bale ebintu buna bono mbabwate esukari kurwasa che company ao obusi bw'ingano amabuta y'icingeni kurwasa che company ao amajani kurwasa company ya Keteba echumbya cancelled egati bintu binde binge wigo mkonya bali chirangiche company ya Crown asibego bakonya amabati kurwasa company ya MRM aywale ayechi size ao nabego ni chirangi ao mkonya bali black sheet egati bintu binde binge inyura nka mbabwa tobokoreri obu yabuna bono uyabo bosombi gose transportation mbabwa tobokoreri wa forklift asibego bokoreri wa which customer care buri obu ibirengo bigoro totigara magega agirira rero bwikumbolere ibintu biga aserigurira mu buko asamange totalere asinsemo cha Uhuru complex eyerange namagacho asafaricom hoigo no tukutuka sakro ku JM Towers angena credit bank ime yomucho Busongo bakere simgwetera seti namba chabo 0111 161 500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani. Ine kwabiri gukorya road show track iyo bwategyo girija iyo iratigo mu musogo cyase abategereri ultimate road show track experience neyemo y'ubungenjo bunde kwabiri gukorya track yiga ya road show iyo rakorere product launch use emisangerekano ya siasa brand activation use emisangerekano ya cooperative egatiye chi road show chinde chinyinge bono nigo twakoretere track yibwateli bagaliya eyekerero nabwigo ebwate ebintu byonsi bya sound system eriyogiriya nigo liri ya kigima eryo lichunjugire ligo kwana nechinguru nabwigo likira bantabange nigo babwata chi DJ chanjere chi MC nabwigo track yana boko jitumika asobokorera live performance nigo tokurwa obokorera wito chinsema abuna bono Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, Eldoret amoneji county chonsi emergency ya Kenya street ya goteka babuna street ndeyonsi chingaki obunjeli bwawo ne byasara byakinirwe aka esimgwetera senamba 0704765412 nyora chitrake chika eldio oikera bantabange eduka ya Uhuru Superstores yo gutoka imiyomo cy'obusongo nkonya bale ebintu buna bono mbabwate esukari ku rwase company ao obusi bw'ingano amavuta y'icingeni ku rwase company ao amajyani ku rwase company ya Keteba echumbi ya Salt egati ibintu binde binge wigo nkonya bale kirangice company ya Crown asibego bakonya amabati ku rwase company ya MRM aywale ayechi size ao nabego n'ikirangi ao nkonya bale black sheets egati ibintu binde vinge inyura nka mbabwa tobokoreri obu yabuna bono uyabo bosombi gose transportation mbabwa tobokoreri wa forklift asibego bokoreri wa which customer care buri obu ibirengo bigoro totigara magega agirira rero bwikumbolere ibintu biga aserigurira mu buko asamange totalere astisemo cha Uhuru complex eyuerange namagacho Safaricom boigo no tukutuka sakuru ku JM Towers ange na credit bank ime yomuchi wosongo bakere simgwetra search number chabo 0111 161 500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Mwanchumu ligereria hasomuro biri wasaye no barai ane na sirit kulia lero tugendete gukwanira mangana lingi tabasaye na boigo kwene kibuna konyora bareli bagari okweranira hasoburayi wese ya Kenya na sirit kulia lero bageni baito no bari meje studio ane na tugendete go sangamo ane na sugukwanira hamangana hayo alingete abasaye yo singende ya masemo mumanyi ngansa munaye ndora abasaye bakwenda ali bakabunge mugasoyimi kabisa nkike mwale ntiro kolengana magani ali mwaganiti anyale kawikira ni basabasa
Biamono amagani ali twarwandirete sana ngakieri erinde achagokonya abasaye in a way I can say nga tatokonya tifuli nkingo kwanira iga ngakieri twataite nga the amagani ali abasaye ategerere mono lakini at the end of it all twachite konyora nga ingentu kiri twarwandirete mono it came out to favor abantu basinini abantu bali twagenete nga nabo bagutubwata okoboko batorusirende Misiri batoikikanani iba igete bagatebi nga nchugocha ubukima no bakari gochia bagasuka bagatotiga igo bono twaringe twari gochaka twabwata batata lakini rende at the end of it all eka twaenda parliament ali twaruana tukachakonya nga twarwanire tabantu basinini bakanyore kibanyorete bakaibe vijana bona anda bako yanga banta mpaka bono nabara against youth nani ntutwa twabagite sabai yete pechinseje
okay
yeah
okay Trevor yes twara mwe so kikorobe kana kapisa nena so kwenekia moncheri ya beire kolengana so ikaranse moncheri ya ikwanyarore
nje kwanza ana chake goteba ngati weso kikurwanirira kirio rochenge ngekumi getase njere yemo use ya kabere ni right yawo yeke katiba kero kurigererie gifungo gya 36 giye katiba ge goteba ngati wananchi onde bwensi nabwate yaki yogosoka auro kyokukani kwae through go demonstrate after that aina ne petition yae to the relevant authorities. Last year June ntubuna abasaye bonsi bono ntwesoge tipara ikirenga kiarenga kenene twateta sama geusi ye finance bill ya rengo asige ndeki tugyo gosoka ira kiagerete nse yaitu ikamachi gutwara a new blood of accountability. It was infused into our political leadership and governance. Eyu ekagera president egategerere gateba ngaki finance bill mwatebire ninu abananchi ninu mubwata mamuraka kulingana n'egefungu egetang'ani katiba nche bune president nategereire tindi gosaini finance bill ye ebelo agateba mwarisi concerns about abantu gete bari at the cabinet and as per you bari gukora buno kuganikwa inekore na dissolve cabinet ye yane so that ndeta abantu abang'ao abo baranyore kurwanirira amagani yabasayi bono egente kingi abwate ebintu bire long term na short term. Short term biri to achieve timbire bie ekagere cabinet ekaba dissolve tokareto abasayi bande bakareto on board, like for example the case of Jacob Fikirini is a youth. He was a student at one of the universities in the coast. That's why he was brought in to the system so that erebuno mosaye na understand the challenges omosaye or the common mwananchi omosaye orisikie gari agwetera ekagere president ekamoreta so that akwanire amagani y'abasayi kyagera nero nya understand it buno basayi bone karusie enari runa cabinet yaro yonsi pie bwanete gutwaraki aba kaka gotuboka bonto kanyora Jacob Fikirini. So nande ekarete bintu bono bile long term like bono na bali baite tu asa maandamano president ekalosie tax force yogo chunguza those extrajudicial killings and how to compensate them because eshidanja abete abasayi baminto baite lakini the president being compassionate he said that we are going to make a task force so that yes life was lost but we can compensate these people. So ekareta a new envision in our democracy that once damage has been done you can be compensated after it.
Okay. Yesu ukochi. Kurenga namo nukurubikana kuri mwakorete anene tukarumura ibin sokolera munchiriye ye barasa ya yaba waziri mwisanegete ngosoka kwino wikira bone.
Okay, kero tuare amano manari ya okurubikana kuri twakorete that is the 2024 yarenge. We wanted to fight for number one kero twasoketa as youth we were tribeless, twarenge leaderless, we were faceless, and what we wanted, we were fighting for end of accountability to end corruption. Number two, twatagete extrajudicial killings, abductions tiere. We also wanted a system the youths used to be had. Now kero tuachiete amano bana mina bete we got abantu bali barenge go abande bali bachiete bagaswa gari let me say the cabinet chirichi aswa babege twari. Those people, most of the people who went there ever take the opportunity. So they were playing opportunity politics against us. Tokabadige di baga so agari. Eso uliko basai tukondia basai to torate ase boniga currently. Asutayo to kuigwe kana mina basai. And I've heard my brother Trevor saying about compensation, people being killed in protest. Kile mwaka bantu na manabare. Last year, vijana mbato wakete isiko bakandamana. They were killed. You can see, and after umwibori kara ruziri this mwano let me tell you, give it kwa umwibori chibesa. I'm compensating you because of the death of your child. It's enough. That will never be enough. Bese idra irani bogi mabua mwano. Yes. Abana bako mwano baitetu bako mwano 14 years yako nyora aitire. Tarenga maandamano. Then you're telling us a president ngakabeka compensation. That is not enough. What we need now, we need to ensure the system from the top to down it's very clean. Again to get to the omondo oyo tote domondo karasaria to tegere nende to kaneti ge konyare kana boniga. And my prayers are in coming 2027. Yes. Ebungerie regard the parliament we have, the Senate, we want to see very new faces, youth faces who are going to hear the voices of the youth. No that want to take the opportunity. Kerokwa bekuru gari kwachi wabwa to kabasaya balie saulinga nje mwangete twachi to wabwa to. And what I can tell my fellow youths 2027 ke weka. Keromo ra yondo mwensi yago ja sema sanga ne kwere ndata gete go senkurata gete. Mimi I always tell my members keromo nta chire ai to go jaga to go so ase negotiate table. Ngode yabara saibane mbatagete go sene chingo ko 200 ne chikuroganeti kuraba ngorera chingo ke chiba boost ya se biashara byabo omayo chi onye ne chikure to mayo jo kuraba ngorera project gete lakini tari ko toteinga eso litobwate ekieni kio morsai ol karanste gali asero kelinga nero bekra almino mosai. That is not representation.
Okay.
We need to be heard.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, mama. Muchando kyo yiga orene kibuna basae. Osobira anena inwa saba sasu kuranira anena samangana alingiti sias. Umuchando lyo monene morocho ule bosiwe.
Umuchando monene. It's because there is lack of trust. There's lack of trust to the young generation. Abai toka tanga bibeli baito pandare ko bera na into. Inga kinero ko yaro muy bari ata okore gente ko muy bari ata ba. Kagete bono ngano beto monto monne kumbe bado no mwana uri. Bono iga ko na negente with that mentality. Wendo chiko tenno tebe nganta ite ko tenne kero gete muy bari yo na bari bande para banne so ba chiko ta. Mwana ro no to aru ki na iga. Ngombora konga. Nkiate ko chiko tora. Bono that makes a lack of trust. Inoro muchando monene ya kabere the ninichi abono siasa ya abono it has been hyped okonyora to an extent that it matters money bila pesa maene iga ne no MCU no taite ne bano bujumbo tete uchigotene na iga to okonyora kero geki ikono secondly okonya intra vijana fresh minds from campus, fresh minds from whatever institutions to arure ndobwati pesa onego gwetera go totwara bese chiga neba no gendo no twara chisera chiri chingiye mno ora chitwara ndo kwanira abangina ribaita vijana ba minto iskari bamaithenga at the end of it all kwana eko gokora tugende gatoka beka moko tosekere gosia igondorochi inga these are the two main issues as for me, lack of trust and lack of money. Yeah, I'll come back to give solutions to this lakini ndigana kwanena igo voice one.
Okay, Trevor. Muchando noro lijiga murochi na muri gochwekero borai boli wose.
Umuchando monene asaba sae aspanije gento na tebe was abasae no gutamanya value yae ugutamanya buna jengi kembe getega siasa umuntu narore siasa just for, let's say, for a token, but nandore siasa so that siasa can give him a platform abegento kedi atite nande gento kego chakiabe a problem usaba sae not to drive politically is the societal make. Ego chiko ikabono buna for example keroko bodie keroko totebe kyobu MCA ase ward yawo. Ego ikakwanyora basae mbaro yani abagaka mbaro bagukwanira chinyomba echichira ase ward yaino. Ono wecha barakurangiri number 1 bakobodi some petty qualifications ULM make yekenyoro nga yabono kwanyomire nyeturanyoma ntogwakira mwezi utaranyoma ki kura nga yabono no bwate nyomba nga mamu mino nasoge tonye mamu mino tasoge tibate bantu gwakira mwezi omenyete na mamu mwabo nyomba kura uyu ara turamwe tegukora yanyore chipesa onyoro tamire ututigirega so ne kenyoro na kero kinke bwandete koba kirige kurwanirira abasae kero musaya imugire bono totebona my brother yokuborio MCA Mike ekenyoro number 1 kurue family yabo kurue kenyoro kurue mugambi babwente bamupushing aki umwana ngo yes we ntwamuirete school kerare ngo muketo ari komotenga ki nero umugambi umambi bono kero mambi wi aya ikire nandi twamotebinga na ya tobwati nyomba where is his recourse. Mike has a right to vie for any elective seat provided abwate miaka 18 plus a constitutional requirement tigo monta support tigo motiga gotebio musaikera imukire korokie ganga ya yokurwanirire kerogete mwachaka koreta some petty customary qualification nga nabakatu ari nyomba useba kanyome kunyoma is not a qualification of good leadership. Though I don't advocate tindi kwa advocate basaimba nyoma, I advise them onye kwa iguri you can do it, you can naboko genda uchimoto lakini neke nyoroke na kerokyo it plays a crucial part in shaping a youth to be what he wants to be.
Okay, Mkwachi.
Yes.
Irengerega.
Let me say again to in as youths. Number 1, youths mostly we can again to we lack resources. Then we cannot abasaya bangen to atibase chigo to support in our politics. Number 2, area to chatwate viunga ntumina basae ngaki agoteraika korati ro mugako yarate mugako manyana na manyina na banda bange nerura chigotokonya kento kende ke gotokora totally is the issue of tokenism as ye kire nowadays okonyora wana siasa bange they take youth because we are unemployed tutumeka watu umuntu kwa aka 200 umuntu kwa robosi and now you see that murayo gara vera gende kaga cha kupoli na changu bosi lakini woni geto kana irimina to konyora resources the support from in the view to tikane koba gotwara koba tribal I'm sure the issues to bugata as a country and as youth they are going to be raised.
Okay, asante sana. Kisimo nchumo ligerelia kenda gusanga ibirengere bya kugatikana no murubiri w'abasaye no burayi nase togendete kumulikira mangana ringete abasaye abo sanga ibirengere bya gwetira Getembe TV Facebook na boiga YouTube namba yesiminigere 0716 1177 asukulike ujumbe nke gose SMS YouTube naro kurukuna na ke Aimani Mofaya sisi ndio ukwachi na ukwachi ni sisi akora kuna referista kimunto agoteba ukwachi keep up don't give up rising our voice I believe our voice will be heard. We got to Getembe TV. Thanks for creating a channel for us to air our voice. Gendera go sange birengeri byago umanjumu rigerelia olengana no muroberio welitkola rero hanena se tugende tukwanira amangana alingete abasai mumanya watena ngero kwingu kwanira
solutions. Yes. Solutions to these generalized issues ibere. Issue ntangani narezi it matters lack of trust from the youth. Abayiboli bali bayitona chiyanko ne chiyanti baminetinga mwana yito bado nga tarakonga kiakilurate ne gutora lakini rende kaisa kobanga these not like the past years. These are, I can say these are fresh start ngabonige vijana out of even interviews we are correctly from 2024 vijana ba nyale kanire nande ba igo kira maiso nande ba manyire nga they can lead igobone kiroge kiyaito mneke kiyo bo MCA nsa nenjina tarire ward ya itengima ya kitu centro igo nindo chini maite igo notake onde ngati maite mechano kya bangina bagwetera notake onde binge pare na rabangina baitu bakubune kemegongo esinje chipa tara osiri ngati ndo chimechande notaka konte binga abangina baitu bakoimokie buyu batara gurare kurigia amache nche gamba beke chitapu toko yanga nabakonyire igo these now what we call the solutions igo it's just a matter of everybody baitu na bali baraba nina baitu they just entrust us with the position and will serve better than even the sitting ama bali babeiro bali bakagitenga they can lead but they never led. Issue number 2 issue ya chibesa issue ya chibesa tingo blame aba bago chinyora sinjira injira bo manya injira ngokonyora na chire guchiana nyenyorire tingo blame bali bakonyora chibesa echi abantu ngo blame bali bakonyana na chibesa echi esingicho nabo bakolira abantu baminto bachakire ko ba embodied na mangane ebe sama itenga for us to choose a leader lazima tonyore nga twanyorere kende igo tinda kana nga esero nembe gosesero tebo ntokobo lakini nga let's not choose these as the main factor yoko choro morai yeah tebe esero tigeche singincho chinjiro nchibes chaito chiakole chia wendo karama gendo lakini kabe kumuguko tigachicha to chitakune lakini rende the main factor yoko choro morai not just listening to the manifesto lakini digere rio montoyo na what the ability yoko to lead kurmaega inkia savili mbali nga konyire with these are some of the qualities ora liere so monto onyo okoreta asiga agakonya monto ebintu biri akore bibere bitato so that gakobe interested in this position anyare kobanga nakonya abantu baminto
okay yeah yo ngwanchira nurogo sero
tingo kana isinge chibesa ni chaito okay chibesa ni chaito chibenda okara magendo lakini najie gotera ni gotwacha guchiria
okay Trevor ebirengere bya umbiri bebiga what can we see solution
on my solution side?
Yes.
Number 1 we society tubuna abasai tunto chete school we understand the system of governance. Number 1 tutubwante ko kolera abantu baito asike murege ntutokuruka civic education on matters of campaign financing. Twelimisha abantu baitu ng'aki koegwe pesa tari bobi, lakini koegwe pesa you so that it can influence you ochoro murai on the basis ya pesa mbobi. Tigo murai yako pesa tutebo kuirire ugo mwachire nera asigete tutebe bono bono yo kitutu gabo central umuntu umutare sirinere guchikio makondo marogo bo muntu inatige gasi yae igina boko mwaza na appreciation kwa moteri ngaki ngwang konya go traverse the word na ebwata iginae uchikugurira no na bana bawo mochere. Number 2, money can never win you an election. I'm going to give a perfect example of Peter Otach. Peter Otach is an MCA. Enyororo used to traverse his ward ne Ebunda. Ebunde terikobe kumafuta. Ebunde yu alikonyetumia as a symbol n'abantu ngaki kune ebunde yembo ataiga nguchiko basavu ne ebunde. N'abantu be ward ya bakatwara that confidence in him that umongwano yes tabu ati pesa but he has chisera chiraje okonya ese ward yaitu. So ntubu nabasaye e challenge naba no go so ibinyoro mali bring civic education nga campaign financing nebwendete to reforms.
Okay.
So that to commercialize our politics so that everybody has a fair chance. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Okay. Let me maybe the solutions I can narrow. Number 1, let's protect the freedom of expression first. To protect that right. Number 2, we do civic education because abantu bari bare binyoroma bataramanya what good leadership is. Wakaneti to bayerere bu ya to batei ikitokaneti ntumina abasae ngento gete na gete.
Yes.
Another thing, the politics of tokenism. Politics yokwebu okogore robosi. Let's bring long-term solutions. Fight for long-term solutions chirichiko chiku govern the youth. Tari ko jakongo robosi boli kwenda obosi boli okwenda to make orugeli tukairimo bwere. Maybe you've given 500 shillings what to make a chair. Political tokenism totiganepi. Another thing, I could like the government sana to engage these youths. They embrace the organizations they partner with the youth and organizations likely minded with the youth to give views to these youths and educate them on whatever they need. Now here the programs the youths are in, chibe mentored, chibe supported. Tari chikobanga keromo saya chirine program gete gochokonya basae nerwe ko gochwetenenera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yesu mancho murigereria agenda gusange birangari byabo ndochiga iga nero kwa Facebook nero kwa Josephat Nyambane agote na batebi bakwanike gusie kenge kubwa hegesongo agoro kwe karoti muramura gote na babwatete eyamase yemo kurwa se county ya Kajiado igaiga fe YouTube akroko Hillary Clinton agote babuna tuko nyuma ya Mike na ukwachi na roli birangeli byao kubwatikana na Trevor. Yes. Tusikigura hakebona. Ase serikali muruchi kolengana munaye mmanyi. Serikali ikirani ya magani ali yabasai wasi ababwatira ni buna inwa basai asuburahi.
Disani ya kwa bolire. Na inche ekan goteba ndege nteke maisa marare iganga. Kene gionsi umure abo intumne vijana tuatagete ekero ya igete the last elections ekero bari gochora abara yebono baro bisigorari ndo arura mangani ya county yadora so igorari iga.
Yes.
Nothing has been achieved, extremely nothing, and I can say this boldly nga ese bintu biri byonse abara itwa vijana tuatagete boriga nga vijana to be empowered through this government esengenche serikali ya gochora ne serikali ya vijana. Nothing, completely nothing has been achieved. Yeah.
Lakini turojaga tia basai bake barase serikali.
Mbaro nande itoko respect because that's the decision nani tumaite ng'ana eba elections yako rurero bado vijana aba tuli na baro bwa moiga mbaro bado bagocha gukora ki bagocha kuwaga ikura guchiabo lakini inche na bari bakeigo ngokwana baro bari bakeigo ngutana baro ntomaite nga there is nothing that has been achieved under the current regime.
Okay. Yeah. Trevor. Serikali ya bagwaterani unabasaye asubura.
I think to some degree serikali yatemire. Though yatemire, but we expect more of them. For example, in terms of koreta abasaina barabu bape SMS ayoko make decisions ekiombengero gekuru ku NYC kirande ministry ya yemechezo na utamaduni gekuru ku National Youth Council ekiombekeri is under the affirmative action koreta abasae ku influence in matters of decision making as serikali ekiombeki kebwata abawakilishi from national level wacha constituency level halafu wacha a ward level bonabo ere grassroots abantu aba bagochoru nabo bagochi kuri decisions chigo chikopamed abantu abo nabo bagocha baba consulted because they represent the voices of the youth. Abantu abo nabo bagocha baba consulted. We have a policy ga egoteba iga na inubu naba wakilishi baba sai ngakimoroje abantu abo ba guide as per the aspirations of the youth. And we say on the matters of economic empowerment. You know that for you to empower society, you must start it from ekewango gains. We say the Nyota Fund, or just city at the start. The second phase of the Nyota Fund is projected to benefit 122,000 youths directly as a biasara. Onyae kobwate biasara gete totebe bono buna as the case kwa rocho moise kori ochagete e biasara bya konchi sandu nechikovi sana, but based on yani kobwate kana na second disbursement ya Nyota Fund omoise kori na chaigore biasara bya nande bigendere, because when you want to build an economy you oko make sure abana inchi abono to on our case to kurifa abasae mpabwate chibeso omuguko kera abana inchi babwate chibeso omuguko bago create an economy to kweruka a spending frenzy where nimbwate beso omuguko I opted to do shopping kerongo kora shopping eserikali eko gain more through kerona agore gento keringo gyakanirande tax, maybe let's say accident in form of exercise duty ama VAT. So when we do those business, a government ya raise money through licensing. Ona boko nyore eserikali ya raise money through our youths actively involved in matters of doing business. Number 3 again to kendo is ICT hubs. Of now we have like 1450 ICT hubs in every constituency across all of the 290 constituencies. This thing is supposed to again the ICT hubs no korigi we equip abasae na digital skills. Abasae mbaro konyora ba okora some online jobs almost na boko nyoro igoire through that ICT igoire cyber yae uchakide ko work online, and that thing naboge ko mokonya ani a living atige bono ko bono buna nero gutume ka bono ko babu ne wu sonjo kire ko bo moibi so that nerabo mfano umuya asieke nyoro. So as by my part eserikali ya igoro na bongo tevanga ki to some degree patemire lakini rende mbatigerawo they should improve more on that. Again to kende oisekoregereri help the new funding model ya renge institution based lakini sayere individual based asibna onyenche kindo mutaka na ayengu enyarori efficiency to gwakana togoteba ayo gwakana 20,000 na inje nakana 20,000, but under the new funding model aye banding kobeku ayotebo kobeku ebandi ya abantu bali bakwenyara bali na inje nabe ku band ya abantu bali batali kwenyara bali, so that we promote what we call economic equity. Onya ekobwate eke kwari gocha ko oyo tabwati kemuchiere so that we have that equity. So on my part, jinabona definitely serikali hapendi on that part, but we demand more as youth.
Okay. Okwach.
Yes.
Serikali ya igura gosi abagwatiranire unabasasubura.
what I can say aso serikali kuwatrania abasaya soborai bado ntora reach that point as say all the youths are incorporated buya baba involved with us leadership.
Yes.
Number one, we have failures sana blame yanes tigera agenda kwanza say ministry ya youth. My blame ne ringa abasaya baiga they promised the leadership abasaya kweka tutwa dawa only leadership area which view our issues nationally, but recently our ministry ya youth gatotei chikurango chiri abasaya cha National Youth Council. Let me tell my brother Trevor kuri chonjira kubano ntubu atwara yava kware kwende kururo. The only person to bwata no mosiyo utanya gocha saba sae geiga, even if you no so case ko gabo go saba sae ba be engaged no mosiyo, nothing has happened. So we don't have chikure chikarwa bangete cha ne koreka na July and chikaba postponed to October. After the duration is near, but was October. We are not sure. I was one of the persons, and I get a petition. I took it personally to the ministry NYC. I took a petition and some of the youths to Arena Barob and to about the Querende Argo Kunasco steering committee Argo follow up about that elections. But in Chira, so the youth voices totally are staying. And let me tell you this. Number one, to be specifically, that is not government money. It's a World Bank funded money. World Bank so that serikali gavte uchaoteanga nero ya chete karushwa siabe kegancha bagato. And if they gave out this money, they gave out to youths in expecting about most of the leaders in our national level. Campaign bari yo tumeka chipesa chitwa rure gali bukerwa uchiwekinga keringa ntu abete pesa kete biashara tumoro chinto konya tabasai. That is not. And again to kende na gania serikali kera tokonye ili gotokonya itike gwitu itera basai. Akina intu to bwato bugima burituka nitikomenya. If you want to empower these youth, let us tikatomenye to enjoy what you want to empower us, not killing us. Kama gochotanga empower some of the youths. Okay. Na basai bari gali ase leadership one bari baswete after the 2024 protests bari banyalteri baga bari bachetari on their own. None of them is fighting for the youths today. Now there is no day yora igu nga basayenkorwa ne rubale. So the national government has killed the political participation of our youths. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, monchurikia ya muganeti bono bono no basakito chikokola narali muganeti anene serikali ekirani buna ino abasai.
Gitanga nitikangira ne muina asinini na iguba kukwanira about help ene sang na injega ngocha konyora at the end of the 4 years ingolikwega sinkoiranire iko ntali ngange ndo tomende ko sherekea akanga serikali ya enable nga help nga have nga matters nga equity. There is no equity there because the more serikali chakonga sai is the more ngocha konyibairanire iko tali kento sai ndo tomende ko serikali banyago yake ko banyago yake ra chinkobi nga serikali atokonyira segete hapo. There's nothing again because all this money turokonyora sai into chitoirani na koje kurwabo tikangira ne moina ngoira ne lili chiu into sai into tai serikali nga serikali chiko tokonya bintu byonse because we'll be on those tables, the tables choborai. That's why we believe that in the coming 2027 elections na kitwa imokere campaign iga kabisa toko stay aba sai nga bote bibande. It's because we believe it's not a matter of representation at this time. It's a matter of we the youths being in this table. Kende gions kirike ucho kwa nonye Ministry of Sports, Ministry of Youths. Aba saya aba nyene. Na buto ikaran stari ni nduto go get the solutions to our own problems. You're going to the coming 2027 elections. It's not a matter of inke serikali ucho kutokora mtu aba saya tonyo the changes. Ni ntumna aba saya to ucho ikaran stari, ni ntumna aba saya na to ucho decide nganki totaete inki konya to achandekere which is the solution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trevor. Na rayo kaniti serikali kirani unawasa.
Totara endabo. Tigangu aneke. Ndoba bali we are after being relevant. Tobe after giving credit ase radio nari sa magoso are totebe ng'aki igaro gakia magoso nakorete ki naro onye progress yabeire omonto nare obwate ebiasara biaye totebe daraja moja nabwate ekebanda giokoni mitumba lakini eserikali nande n'omusae eserikali yachire yatebire ng'aki omusae oyo ngwetomare
Yes.
nabwate ekebanda giokoi mitumba ntubune eserikali ebese itatebe ye serikali ebe grant osebe donation in any form wicheko onyeki omusae oyo igotobe ntogo use our realities koba blind which is other people's realities. Number 2 okwachita nateba nga chikure ekyo nchira nchiyo if I'm not wrong.
They were postponed.
Because there is a gazette notice from the Cabinet Secretary of Sports and Youth Affairs dated 10th July 2026 egoteba buna chikure echibono echigo chagwakwa ase world level gochakera chitariki kianda October omwaka oyo echie constituency chigo chaka date 16 October omwaka oyo arafu chiri chia egetengo kia national kegochaka on 30th October this month. Igomono ntoba after seeking relevance. Tobe to appreciating aki onyega akorirubuya to give the credit that is necessary. Onyega magoso karo we critique that to critique so that we can use that to ascend to certain positions. To critique again take at the end time to the solutions. Kiagera to tebe ngaki onye numwaroche ekeiga mogo koraiga na inchebu nanje Trevor gosebu no kwachi gose Mike nchendo ocheiga. That's why we have three types of avenues where we can do those petitions. We can do a public petition either through a maandamano, yes, a constitutional petition by going to court to challenge that, ama parliamentary petition where ngoimokie petition yane na ira bunge so that they can work on it. Toisa kokora igobuna abasae njebuna Trevor have a conviction that a society yaito nesuke motu tutige after or seek relevance. Yeah.
Yes, Trevor. Ibirengiribya uruche serikali yigana ria yibakanitibu na abasae ebaikara.
Number one is kinata the serikali yaboniga. Number one, they need to embrace these youths. Because goikerenga kibatoganeti. And remember 2027 as per now the youths are the majority. Ono goikera saba serikali yeli toto geti echegani echetogani twensipi ntumi nabasae na libago cha gutorigi. So let us embrace these youths first. Na pia totike let's have leaders who have a way yoko bring solutions. Not the leaders warikero wabere asked something kwanyora kwa miguru na serikali. Yes, we have a constitution that is protecting one of the views yenye Trevor atabrega yanga na botokara a public protest of which there is no day in Kenya. Njitnanya kwa say public abasa wata anga lano kuturiko andamana about maybe obogima the ebe yebinto bike kama ikonyora go serikali ya support the government will always be against the criticism. So if we embrace the constitution, embrace what the needs of the youth, na to take a rekiria sababu kwan, I think the government serikali yaito na lira nyara gotokonya, lakini by giving us short-term solutions so that you can go to win our hearts. For now it's going to be very difficult to win the hearts of the youth using the tokenism and maybe go into a short-term thing, okay, that is not going to benefit me for future.
Oh, okay. Can I? Yes, mwancho mwogera ligenda kubatika birangeli byao kitogo chiwokora. Anase namba ya simu ya 07 16 11 11 77 Getembe TV Facebook na boigo YouTube. Aya koro kuna Merlini Ayoti korwa Getenga. Agwatena youth leadership political participation. The bridge to a future that is more inclusive, innovative and accountable. The future isn't something that happened to youth. It is something youth have to build. Okwachi na Mike tuko pamoja. Yes, ntikamba ya riba gasinga nchibiro dakika ya meya mo mukwani ngana ya ino yo mali chakamana.
Okay, ngana ya niyo mwelio on Friday abantu baminto manya getinge tukabwata matanga yoyo minto mapinduzi igona basabire bari bonsi bare nokugania okia tigatwesokeso bonge to give a decent send off yoyo minto diosirete nani ndokunya kwirora guchimage sinchikiro omonto namaetiki yabete kento kia kabere ebijana baito onsi pikoro gusi isiko ya gusi this is the time enere engaki eri twabere tokunya korera ngai vijana ngaki ete nere we are the guys to sit in the government nintu abatogo ese serikali ego nintu cha kuikaransari nintu to give chi solutions each tokunya gotebaga igo mobo let's come out in whatever position so that gotenena tigatorigani we will support each other erinde tonyare konyoranga the dream erikiro montagwate yabeire successful beyond.
Okay, it's true.
Moraliante torangeda kemo before I give my party shot naru advice again tongero kwachi kwanera so that I expand it more alafu ndo my parting shot nando kugani kwane ko chisaba sae no kwachi ateba tosoke kerama manare on my side as Trevor njengo advice let ndo tumia maandamano as the only way we can give our petitions. As per our constitution in our social contract, there are 3 ways of presenting your petitions. Number 1, you can move to court. That is a constitutional petition. Otumia parliamentary petition, also in the street. As kingwa advice iliaba saiba minto mbako in the street. Kero bako in the street, abantu mbaroko nyora bare si street igabu, babu atoku ganioko. Bakwenda batumia maandamano aya itotobwate entu ya amani gokoraki kwenda gusaria ebintu byabande tuteba abantu aba bakonie ebintu gabo sitogokora maandamano aideke banda ngero ekioski ngero gosese supermarket egente ekigia trigger eserikali go take action because you and me understand that the state is a retributive organ that is being invited to discipline indiscipline yagera abantu bali bagotumia maandamano aya ito tobwatara rather say peaceful banya infiltrate arorekana ko ba maandamano aba amabi ya make abasaye baito basiria magima abo eyuere bo bekyagera kero omusawo yo masiririo obogima bwae opie kenyoro ya sare kire chebono nari usaba abasaye ba minto ngaki tutige otumia maandamano as the only way that we can express ourselves. Let us explore the solution chinde so that tutigare wegerere ekegori ekigaito sai ne ekegori kerige kere moto.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
All right. Thank you. My parting shot is, as youths, we are not passengers. We are the drivers of democracy. And the change we want, it begins with us, and it has to begin with us now. So sisi kama vijana, gatwe tokeze, number 1, let us not be used to cause mayhem. Let us not be used to kill uitaba saibande. And let us embrace the love and unity and the peace of our country. Because after our country is more better than us, and our country is big than anyone else. We need our youths, we need the future, and ne future mutu gani into ganeti, it none other than us. Thank you.
Okay. Bia uno maiki mumanyi nere minda Trevor na kolonia Sukwachi asokonya libaga na wikira na sechi studio shito haiga Getembe. Isi na wikira gabu mwancho mulgere nongwikira omwelio bw'omurubiri wa saye n'oborai iliterane saira senya kundi kolende chikoraga chinsa isano na ibere ekikonyole kyonga senchira y'obwengenere Matilda obwaigunago sabiro tarubuligireria urubi.
Egesibo bona so the 15 years
15 years was betu
15 years enjere ba ko nyugutora ya che ba ruseri mission ya cha 10 ona kwa suma 10 ye chuma
aka tenen inga tenen
aka ko tenen na
kumena basigari barengi chitima etiendo ke gandre
era na ba manyete gose
akora era na ba manyete because muna na denede automatically ga deneta kandu